Hey, what's up, you guys?
Today I just wanted to talk about this is like basically a power of belief. And it's interesting to me because I found out that if you look at all the successful people, I mean all of them, they have all have like a couple common traits that they do every day. And that's rituals. They do rituals based on what their success level is or what they're involved in, their activities. So if you look at an athlete, they would go into um, training, eat regularly, their diet, stay close to their diet, whatever they. But they all planned this over time, and then they would just follow what they set every day. So you can call that rituals, or they get up early and do, running or something like that. And then they have the power of belief. Um, I don't know if you guys are any watch NBA, any basketball, but I remember when uh this year the I don't really, I'm just this is an example here. I'm just shooting out something. The Lakers this year, when Kobe Bryant said they was gonna make the playoffs. They didn't do real good in the playoffs, but they did make the playoffs. And he said they was gonna make the playoffs, even though the position that they was in at the time, there was about a couple games, I believe 4 or 5 games away from a playoff spot, and other teams had to lose and they had to just keep winning to get to that playoff spot. But if you watched each of these games, Kobe Bryant basically just willed his team to the playoffs. And it's unfortunate that he got injured right when they had the playoff spot, but he got injured right before any playoff games began. But he did will his team there. So he had the belief even before they was in the playoffs that they was going to make it. And that's why they made it. And I'm going to tell you guys another story of a person who didn't have belief, and it's just the belief is really difficult to harness, especially when you have a lot of negative people around you. And what I mean by negative, I don't mean like people that hated ones. I mean maybe some of your loved ones, but they keep telling you that this is not going to work because in their mind they don't believe that it's going to work, and they don't believe that, not that you can't do it. They just don't believe that it's going to work, so they don't want you to get hurt. You see? They don't want you to feel bad about it because they don't want you to get hurt. But it's your job, because as an entrepreneur, I just learned this, that it's our job to manufacture our own belief, because we run everything. So we work for ourselves, so we run everything. So you have to manufacture your own belief system. And so that's so important, the power of belief. Like when you do something, or say you're in a business or a company, you have to believe that you are going to succeed in that company or business. And I'm sure you heard about this like several times, but nobody tells you how to actually harness the belief, and I'm about to tell you right now. What you do is you surround yourself with people who are getting the results that you want in your life, in your business, wherever that is. You surround yourself with those people. I'll say you can't, you should be able to. Everybody is able to, but I'm talking about you can't really go. When I say surround yourself, I'm not talking about directly you have to be friends with the person that is successful. Like you have to go every day to his house or hang out with him every day. That's not what I'm talking about, because most people really can't do that. They have jobs and other things like that. But the interesting thing is that you can do this. You can actually hang out with the person even though you're not face to face. And it's through audios and through books, reading books and audios. And why does this work? It's because our brain, for some reason, it doesn't know when we're taking in information. Say we're listening to audio, and the brain takes in that information. It does not know. It cannot identify this information as not a one-on-one conversation with somebody. You understand what I'm saying? So as we're taking in the knowledge of the audio, the brain understands it as we're talking to somebody face to face. So it can't tell the difference between talking to somebody face to face or listening to audio or when we're reading. It can't tell the difference. So that's how you build your belief, because you surround yourself with people who are getting the results that you want. So you read books. So say I'm reading right now a book by Tony Robbins. I'm sure a lot of guys know him. Um, Tony Robbins. There's another good book that's Think and Grow Rich. I haven't read that yet, but I'm gonna read it right away because I've heard that it's a really great book. A lot of the people that I'm hanging around right now, which is surrounding myself with successful people by reading books and audios, is they all tell me that you should read this Think and Grow Rich book, and they all read it. So I'm gonna go and get that book. But anyway, that's all I wanted to share today. The power of belief. Belief is the number one thing that's going to make or break your business. And the number one reason why people fail is because they don't hang around long enough to build their belief. You know, they don't hang around long enough with a technique or a way that they're running their business or doing it or implementing their plan to get the success that they want. So they don't hang around long enough. Usually they just try it for a few weeks and they quit, and then they go to something else, try that for a few weeks and quit, and then they keep that pattern going and thinking that all of these programs don't work is because the program's fault. But it's really that you have to build your belief. Because when you build your belief, you now put yourself in a position where you want to learn everything that comes along with the great success that you're going to have. You would encounter, because there's each levels. Say you're making $10,000 a month. There's a level that there's things that you're supposed to do every day from zero to get to $10,000 a month. And I just learned those things. I'm probably going to share that with you guys tomorrow. But the power of belief. So what you got to do, you guys, is just surround yourself with influential people that are getting the results that you want, that can inspire you to get those same results. So every day that you listen to that, everything that you read that's inspirational, now you're putting yourself in a position where you believe that these things are possible, and you believe that you can also do it now because you repeatedly put yourself in these around these people that have done it. So now you believe that it's possible, and you're not around these people that are telling you that's not possible. You can't do this, or this is not gonna happen for you. So that's the power of belief. And so you have to put in more positive than you are getting negative to shadow it out, to wash it out, the negative. And so I learned all this stuff from audios and books. That's why I'm sharing it now. So that's how it goes. Anyway, you guys, that's all I wanted to share today. Power of belief. Start believing. Start surrounding yourself around with people who are influential, big, um, you know, people who are getting results. And see you guys.